Good morning, this is Banded Sports News and my name's Steve Alexander. I'm reporting to you on day one of the GPS Nations Cup, coming to you from the Golf Del Sur in Tenerife. Today's matches will see Wales take on England, and then the favourites Ireland will take on the dark horses of the tournament, Scotland. First match is out this morning. In the singles we will see Captain Alan Davis. He will be out against Scott Fruing, and the English have played their joker on Fruing because they think he can win that quite comfortably. In the second match we will see Dave Carey, and he will take on the very tough match of Malcolm Miller. But the Wales are so confident that Carey's in such good form, they're putting their joker with Carey to win that match. Now in the third match, this is the exciting one of the day. Mark Alderman, the club champion, is going to have to take on the England captain, but he's going to have to give him 20 shots, which could be a phenomenal feat if he can turn that match around and win it. And in the final singles of the day, in the Wales-England match that is, Tom Cherrett is out against Malcolm Gemvie, and nobody here is betting on either way on that match. Then they have the final match of the Wales-England encounter, and we will have the pairs which are between Phil Voller and Colin Whitaker, and they're due to take on Mark Brewer and Steve Alexander. There we go, Fruing just fired that away.
What's it like to have peaked on the first hit then, Scotty?
Up next, Dave Carey. Drilled another one. This could be a tough match between Carey and Miller.
Taylor, mate.
Out Miller on the tee, been up all night talking to his balls, and it really looks as if he's given that one a stiff talking to overnight. The second match today, and that is between the Irish and the Scottish. First singles matchup is between Graham Curley and the really in-form Ian Garland. Garland's really confident he can bring the point home here for the Scots. In the second match, it's the battle of the captains. We will see Joe Tierney taking on Neil Brunton, and quite frankly, Tierney's been ranking his side up here for the last few days, and he's really confident he's going to win that match. In the third match, we have Tour virgin Sean Manning. He's the joker player in the side here for the Irish today, and he takes on Dave down the edges Ianson, formerly known as Dave down the middle Ianson, but form is eluding him just at the minute, so he's not quite finding the centre of the fairway. In the final singles match, Nigel Brewer will come out against Richie Gray, and Richie Gray is carrying the joker here for the Scots. In the pairs match, Clive Matthews and Andy Jepson are taking on the two Macs. That's Frank McAleer and Fraser McLeod. McAleer is quite frankly in great form, and it's likely that he could turn this match for this pair. Second pair of singles matches. He's made a solid start there. great strike. He's taking on Malcolm Gemby, praying at the moment, but now he looks focused. Comes the man Professor, up to the tee. And he's got that away first time. Normally there's about 5 practice strokes, but not. Yeah, matching laces there again this year. We had those last year, if I remember rightly. He's looking focused. Here we go. And away she goes. The first match of the day was Wales versus England, and it was Scott Fruing playing the joker. That brought home the bacon for England. He beat Alan Davis by 4-2. In the second match, it was the same but in reverse. Dave Carey, therefore, was the joker player for the Welsh. He beat the hard-fighting Malcolm Miller on the last hole. It was an extraordinary match that went all the way to the wire, but Carey was the winner, meaning that the Welsh had pulled it back. They were now at 2-2 on points. In the third match, it was Alderman that simply overpowered Dan Solon, despite the huge amount of shots he had to give away. He won the match 3-2. Then in the final singles match, it was Tom Cherrett that beat Malcolm Gemby 4-3. And then in the pairs match at the very end, England managed to scrape a point back through the efforts of Mark Brewer and Steve Alexander as they won 2-1 against Phil Voller and Colin Whitaker. So the other match on day one was the Irish versus the Scots. The Diddley D's, favourites for this tournament, and the Scots the rank outsiders. First match up was Graham Curley. He managed to beat Ian and Garland by 2 holes. Joe Tierney then put on the pressure by winning 2-1 against Neil Brunton. Sean Manning in a tremendous form out here, 6-5 winner over Dave Ianson. Richie Gray was the only winner for the Scottish on the day. He managed to get past Nigel Brewer with a 4-2 win. And in the pairs match, Clive Matthews and Andy Jepson were 2-1 winners over Fraser McLeod and Frank McAleer. After the first day results, the league table is quite straightforward. Ireland will lead the table with 5 points. The Welsh are in second with 4. England are in third place with 3 points, and the Scotland are coming along in last place with 2 points. I'm sure tomorrow we'll see a big change in the table because the Welsh will be taking on the Irish, which proves, I'm sure, to be one of the toughest matches we're going to see out here. And in the other match, the English will take on the old enemy of Scotland, and I'm sure there's no way of reading how that result will go either. So play will come to you at 1 o'clock tomorrow from Las Americas Golf Club in Tenerife. I'm Steve Alexander from Bandit Sports News.